And about when I speak for schools, they ask me about if I went to a doctor with my wound, it was shot 4 inches from under the arm. And it went out 5.5 inches from the bed. Just a few weeks ago, I took this measurement. Well, I'll tell you, I have a doctor at NYU, Dr. Seltzer. He's a sugar doctor. I have a little sugar. Allergies, whatever. And when my book came out in Hebrew, he said, I don't do Hebrew, but if the book will come out in English, I want the first book. And I sent it to him. When I came for a visit, because every time when I told him it was shot, never looked at it. He doesn't But he said, when I walked in for a checkup a few months later, he said, sit down. I have to see where you were shot. It took maybe 15 minutes here and there, he looking, he's touching. He said, how the hell did you survive? I teach medicine at NYU. I don't understand. And I survived, never went out. So I was lucky. And I have a great family. My one grandson is Nadir, the oldest. Where is he? In Stanford. He just 2 weeks ago, Stanford University, he just won $30,000 a year to the national. My granddaughter, Hannah, she's the first year at Columbia. She got in early admission. I'm good. Oh yeah. I spoke last night to my temple. And one guy came over to me, he said, where are you going to speak next? I want to hear you again. And I spoke Friday to Independent High School on 10th Avenue between 55th and 56th Street. There's an independent, I didn't know, from Simon Wiesenthal they called me to speak, the first time they called me. And when I came there, I found out this is a second chance high school. This is 17-year-olds up to 21-year-olds, poor ones. And I was speaking to them, and the teacher said to them, hey, quiet. And I said to the teacher, they're going to be quiet. And they were. So, yes.
Have you ever spoken to children in Europe?
Can somebody
Have you ever spoken to kids in Europe?
No, I'm going. I got a call from a Rabbi Schiff from London a few weeks ago. And he wants me to come to Poland right after Sukkot, in October 12th, to meet him in Warsaw. He's bringing 2 groups. I should take him to Treblinka. He found out about me on the internet. You can find me on the internet. just put down Eddie Weinstein. And EDI, like the book is. Yad Vashem published my story in 2 languages. Then I did write my story right after the war. 46, 47. Matter of fact, there's a letter there. I wrote before I went to the front, the 13th of January 1945, to our cousin in Russia. 3 long pages in Polish. Of course, I did write it. And the Yad Vashem put it in. And I was called to Jerusalem in 1999. They found out about me. I have a friend in Jerusalem. He was upset I'm not publishing it. And they offered to publish. I gave up all the rights. They published first in Hebrew, and then they publish in English. And if somebody wants a book, they are here. I donated 30 books to the yeshiva. And, the English is there. Some more questions. Should I tell them the story about Halinka? Huh? Huh?
Well, I had a question.
Yeah.
Do you blame the Jewish police in the ghetto for a lot, or do you think it would have been, if they didn't do it, somebody else would have done it?
What do you mean?
You said how the Jewish police were cooperating.
Yeah, they were told, the UNRWA told them to do it, and I'll tell you, most of the Jewish police were privileged kids from rich parents. They shouldn't go to the concentration camps or things like that. So they were getting those jobs, most. So, but what can I say? There were a lot of things, but if you want to hear a story about a short story from a book by Alexander Donald, The Death Camp Treblinka, I can tell it. If you want to hear it, you have time? Okay. A short story from a book by Alexander Donald, The Death Camp Treblinka. Yad Vashem, the largest Holocaust museum in Israel, in Jerusalem, Israel, has it that 870,000 Jews perished in Treblinka. Franciszek Zabecki, the traffic controller at Treblinka at that time, he was also working for the Polish underground, AK, the land army, gathering information, keeping a daily record of the transports of Jews arriving in Treblinka. He insisted that more than 1,200,000 Jews perished in Treblinka. But this story is about one human being, one girl. Her name was Halinka Chekhovich. She was 7 years old when she arrived in Treblinka. This little Jewish girl grew up only minutes before she died. When parting from her father, she put her head on his shoulder, not because she herself wanted consolation, or in order to turn away her eyes for a moment from the death they had already seen. No, it was for him. She wanted to give comfort and strength. Daddy, have no fear. Daddy, don't worry, she said, holding back her tears. And here's my watch, take it. You'll remain alive, and so you'll have it. Her father indeed survived. And when he finished telling his story, he withdrew into himself. You could see on his face that he still hears the voice of his child, that he still feels her little fingers on the palm of his hands, giving him that little gold watch. Rachel Auerbach, Lodge, 1946. I have seen hundreds and thousands of little Jewish children, boys and girls like Halinka, at a time in their lives when they were blossoming like flowers, were locked up in the ghettos of Europe and shipped off in cattle cars to be murdered in the gas chambers of Treblinka. I was a witness to this, the slaughter of our children, the future of our people. Thank you.
It's hard for me to absorb all the images and to just think that these images still are in your mind 24/7 is beyond comprehension. You can walk around with them is beyond comprehension. With that in mind, I'd like to have the members of the committee light the candle and walk up and down the aisle, and everybody light a candle and hold the memories that Mr. Weinstein just shared with us. Not only of the town that Mr. Weinstein came from, but the town that our parents and grandparents came from, and the memories of all the people that we knew as we prepare for the prayer that Peter will honor us with. Peter, if everybody could stand with the candles being lit. The front row will be lit, and then everybody will pass it down.
במעלות קדושים וטהורים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את נשמות כל אחינו בני ישראל אנשים נשים וטף שנטבחו ושנחנקו ושנשרפו ושנהרגו בגן עדן תהא מנוחתם הנאה ברחמים הסתירם בסתר כנפיך לעולמים וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמותיהם אדוני הוא נחלתם וינוחו בשלום על משכבותיהם ונאמר Amen. Please join me in Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, יעמד יברח חירותי, וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי בכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויברו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך מעולם ומיומי יומיים. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקדושה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה ואמירן בימיו יאמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבה בן שמעיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yivaru Amen. And we'll sing together Hatikvah. Kol od b'aleva pnima nefesh Yehudi homiya ulefatem mizrach adi
for coming, and we invite you into the room next door to partake in some refreshments, if we can call that, some water. And we also have the archives that are stories of families in the community that have been collected, that are there for your viewing and for you to participate in adding to them as well. You're welcome to come through those doors.